All right. Looks like we've got at least two people here. Up to 9. Let's hope this works. Because I want to just hear the rest of the album with you guys. And YouTube won't be kind and sweet about it. God, the wrong version stuff is never not funny. I voted no, but I'm here. That's funny. Yeah. All right, we got 3 songs left. Let's see if we can make these last 3 count. They seem cool. All of them seem great. So far, it's been... I feel like I've grown and aged. I think I've said that before. Number 7 is called Ants to You, Gods to Who, and that sounds incredible. So, let's see here. In fact, I am just going to skip to 7. We heard a little bit into 6, but with the nature of the stream, I know somebody said, Smo Love said 7 and 8 are his favorites, so I really want to hit those, and I'll listen to the rest of 6 another time. You guys can too on your own time. Ants to You, Gods to Who is the song. Let's pray. Let's get this done. Ants to You, Gods to Who. Let's do it. Wow, this is very cool. Wow, love the soundscape of this one. Dude, this. Oh yeah, critics will hate this, or they'll love it and they'll pretend it's the coolest thing ever, which I don't think either is appropriate. This almost feels like a treat after like getting through the rest of the album, which was a lot harder to like come together with, and yeah, in some ways this was so much easier than the rest of it. Great song. Chordally, so interesting. Also, just the title of the song I think is poetic in itself. Wow. Yeah, this was a really, really interesting track. Really, really lovely. Again, it feels almost like a present after coming through some of the more dense, difficult tracks to get through. This is the last song on the album. It's a little bit long, but we got it. Dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying gardens is the title of this one. Let's do it. Last one. I love that he's slowly incorporated more guitar into the album. From what I also know, the dungeon is where Outkast kind of got their start. It's a studio or someplace in Atlanta, I believe, or in Georgia, from my understanding. And so I imagine this was him wanting to make music as a kid, were the dreams beneath the dungeon floor, sprouting into these gardens that have since lasted. He's been able to make music for a very long time. That'd be my interpretation, but I could be wrong. Ooh, love that. There's something really special about being able to like play so delicately and so sparsely and still have it stay interesting. I'm trying to picture this as the dreaming that he had before he ever made music. Like the ideas of what he thought it might be. So it's like a lot of wonderment, a lot of creativity, a lot of like imagining the future. Melodic memories and future dreams. Well said, Joe Clark. Yeah. I love that little line. Dun, 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 dun. Really good. Eric P. Yeah, great way of describing the track. Great way. Yeah, Smo, I'd agree. An occasional off-putting note adds nice darkness. Yeah, there's an amount of like tension that it can add, and it's more so complexity is what I feel, where it's not giving you just a one-word answer for what you're feeling. It's like, oh, well, now it's a myriad of so many different things because of this one note. I feel the same way about the rhythm, where it's a little off kilter. It's not really something you can bob your head to or snap to. It's pretty free-flowing. God, your comments are so incredible, guys. Yeah, 100%. The off notes are like shadows tripping over the landscape. The head bobs are like that of a man at sea. water bottle? I love there's like this low end and this high end that just, it ends up feeling like this huge spacious forest. Like it shows you the depth and the height of everything all at once. I love this comment. I just hopped in. Is this the Beatles? Mixed with the other comment that said this isn't music. Dude, how good. I love that. That was a great ending track. It, man, it feels like. Oh, put this down. Yesterday. That sounds good too. It feels like what I said at the beginning is true. That the first song is kind of meant to weed you out if you're not gonna like it, and it's so fair because that was easily the hardest track to get into. It's also the first like idea of what you're going to be hearing, and it's honestly, to me at least, the hardest to be palatable. I think going back to it now, it would be a lot more palatable for me. I'd understand it better, but especially starting out, I was like, I'm just going to trust you and see what you're doing, hear this, how this works out, and go from there. And then almost every other song after that got consistently better and better and better and better and offered something new and unique. And again, what I said, I think once we listened to track 4, at some point where I was like, damn, it feels like someone tricked me into loving math, and I can't tell if it's because the material is that good or I just really love the teacher. And I feel that same way at the end. This is a stellar record, but it's so different. I don't even know how to categorize it after hearing it. It definitely is a certain vibe. This is not something you're going to put on like, hey, we're at a house party, let's listen to this, right? This feels like an album that you love by yourself, you know, whereas I think most albums you love with other people. There's very few, I think, I can picture where it's a really intimate, like, hey, you should take this album into a room with just you and hear it. And this is one of those. Like, we got a bunch of albums over there. We got a bunch of albums at the other studio. You know, if I'm listening to, like, Who's Next, right, and I'm listening to that with a friend in a car, amazing. If I'm listening to the Beatles' White Album, great album. I'm listening to that with people, cool. You know, the first Zeppelin record, Pink Floyd. How many people have done drugs and listened to Dark Side of the Moon together? A million? Like, yeah, you can also listen to that by yourself, but you also listening to it in a group, it works, and it might even make it better in some ways. And yeah, this one just feels like, hey, go meditate, go listen to this, take whatever thoughts you're going to have, and those are yours. Deal with them as you choose. Yeah, by yourself or making love to your wife, as Scott and Marlene King put it. So good. So good. I need you. Dun, 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 dun. Ow. Yeah, that's phenomenal. We did it, guys. We listened to the weirdest thing we'd ever listened to on the channel. Back to your regularly scheduled programming next week. We're going to do another live stream with Adam and the gang and do some Thanksgiving stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to this with me. Very atmospheric, very fun. Like I said, he's my favorite rapper of all time. One of my favorite artists, could be my favorite artist. It's tough to decide, but you know, just seems so genuine. And after listening to this, I'm even more confirmed in that belief where, you know, the reason I love him is not because he's the number one best at everything. It's just he just seems so sincere and so vulnerable when he releases stuff. Like, everything he has ever released has always made me feel like he's worried to release it, and there's some part of him that would almost prefer to just keep it in a dark box for himself. And I love that. You know, it doesn't feel like somebody who's gotten famous and rich and successful and has let that go to their head. It's almost done the opposite. Like, he was maybe even more in his head and more self-assured when he was younger before any of this. So yeah, Outkast is a phenomenal group. He's a phenomenal individual artist. The fact that he's done this, to me, I love. Like, I just love that he's done this, not for the sake of how good it is, but more for the sake of just that it's been done and he got to do it. And he got to explore a side of him that feels really important to him. And I love that for him, just as an individual, somebody who's lived a bunch of life and has struggled in his own struggles and has maybe found something that has been a really, really solid outlet for him currently for his creativity. Wonderful. Yeah. Glad that you guys could share this with me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Happy Thanksgiving. And peace be with you.